talk about this. The independent senator from Vermont, Senator Bernie Sanders, he's chairman of the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee, and he met with this reported bin Laden shooter here in Washington this week. How was that meeting?
It was very interesting.
Do you believe him that he was the man that actually killed bin Laden?
I suspect so, yes.
You do. He was convincing to you.
Yes.
So what was the problem, the basic problem that he has? Because by all accounts, he killed bin Laden, who was responsible for killing 3,000 Americans. He should be treated a lot better than he apparently is.
Actually not. What we want to make sure is that every veteran in this country, all of whom put their lives on the line defending America, get the benefits that they deserve and the benefits that they are entitled to. What he has done is put a spotlight on a very serious problem. We're going to do a hearing on this next month. And that is, Wolf, we got hundreds of thousands of veterans who have not got their claims processed in a timely manner.
Whose fault is that?
That's a combination of factors. Here's the good news is that as a result of decisions made by the United States government, we have said to soldiers who served in Vietnam 40, 50 years ago, that you are now entitled to benefits because of exposure to Agent Orange. Way back Gulf War, PTSD. We have opened up the process to people who otherwise would not have gotten the benefits. The bad news is that that number of people coming into the system has caused a backlog. Furthermore, the VA is actually processing more claims now than they have in the past, but so many more claims are coming in, not just from Iraq and Afghanistan, but from Vietnam and elsewhere, other wars, that has caused the backlog. Last point, the VA is working very aggressively, and I hope that they're going to be successful in creating a paperless system, which will be much more efficient than the current paper system that they have.
Because the author of this article suggested that this individual, the man who reportedly killed bin Laden, he didn't know he was even eligible for medical benefits because nobody at the Veterans Administration told him.
Well, I can't speak to that case, but this is the issue of outreach is a whole other issue.
Communications.
Yes. Look, the truth is that in terms of patient satisfaction, the VA is higher than any other medical hospital system in the country. They do a very good job. The bad news is that there are a lot of veterans out there who do not know what they're entitled to. That is an issue we're going to work on. There is a new program called TAP, Transition Assistance Program, which says that when you are leaving the military, you're going to go out into the civilian world, you have got to get the training, get the information so that you know what you're entitled to.
Because you said in the statement it is simply not acceptable for any veteran to wait many months or years for the benefits they are entitled to receive. All right, so how are you going to fix it? You're the chairman.
We are working with the VA right now. They have instituted a paperless system, which will greatly expedite the process. They're rolling that out right now. So we're going to stay right on them. If you are a veteran and you apply for a benefit, it is absolutely unacceptable that you wait years to get that benefit or many, many months. So we're going to see that we speed up that entire process.
He served 16 years in the U.S. Navy, a Navy SEAL, obviously a heroic young man. Didn't serve the 20. Should there be an exception made so that he could get some pension benefits, for example? He didn't serve the full 20 years.
That's an interesting question, and we did discuss that. And I think it's an issue we want to look into for people like Navy SEALs. I mean, these guys are not just soldiers. These guys imagine the stress involved in taking out bin Laden. And they do this type of work all of the time. They don't get much break. They're training. They're in missions. They're not home with their family. Might we look at a small group of people who are working extraordinarily hard under great pressure in a different way than we look at the general veteran population? I think it's something worth looking into.
Because last night, you remember, the president said, and I'll just quote him from what he said in the State of the Union address, "We will keep faith with our veterans, investing in world-class care, including mental health care for our wounded warriors, supporting our military families, giving our veterans the benefits, education, job opportunities they have earned." Great talk. Is he walking the walk?
Actually, the government, I've been critical of the Obama administration, but in terms of funding for the VA, they have been very, very generous. The president understands that many of our heroes coming home from Iraq and Afghanistan are coming home with PTSD, TBI, and we are appropriating the resources that we need to help address those.
TBI?
A traumatic brain injury. And to help us deal with these very difficult issues, not to mention the fact that we have so many older veterans from World War II in Korea who also are going to need help. Bottom line is, we have a moral obligation to make sure that we provide the benefits to all those who served our country, and we do it in a timely way.
Senator, thanks very much for coming in. Good luck.
Thank you.
Imagine saying goodbye to your kids, putting your things in storage, and then being told, never mind. That's what's happening to some U.S. sailors right now. You're going to find out what's going on.
Target is in sight.